What's going on, everyone? It is Tyler. In this video, I'm going to cover the 7 benefits of VA loans. VA loans are probably the most least talked about loan program, but is the best loan program there is out there. So I hope you guys stay tuned and listen, and we'll get right into it. First thing is there is no down payment for a VA loan. It is a 100% financed loan. Most loan types out there like FHA and conventional are 3.5% to 5% down. VA is a 100% financed loan, which is fantastic because that leaves only closing costs for you to pay. And with VA loans, most of the time you can get those taken care of as well. So that is the one probably major benefit of VA loans, is that it is 100% financed, 0% down payment. The second thing to VA loans is there is no private mortgage insurance. So what PMI is a amount you have to pay monthly if you do not put 20% down on a house, and you will pay that amount monthly in. Sometimes it's $100 to $200, just depending on the house. You will pay that in all the way until you have a certain loan to value ratio where you don't have to pay it anymore. With a VA loan, you do not have to pay that, so it is saving you monthly, as well as, obviously, as I covered in the last part, there is no down payment, so you won't have to pay that either. So that is another great benefit of a VA loan, is that you do not have to pay PMI monthly. The third thing is VA loans have a government guarantee on them, which means if for some reason the loan defaults or does not make, the VA will pay a portion of that back to the lender. So it is an extremely secure loan. Normally when you are qualified for a VA, you are good to go on it. It is very easy to qualify for a VA as well, which I'll get into on one of the later ones, but it is government backed and has a government guarantee on it, which helps you get more offers accepted. The next thing is VA loans do not have a prepayment penalty, so you can pay as much as you want monthly. You can pay it off early, so if you did the 30-year loan, you do not have to pay it until 30 years. Some loan programs require you to pay that 30 years out, which means if you pay it off early, you will have a penalty. With a VA loan, there is no penalty on that, so you can pay it off as soon as you would like. And as I mentioned earlier, VA loans are easy to qualify for. So if you are in the military, they understand that the income is limited on that. Which doesn't really factor too much in as long as your credit is there and your credit is good. Most of the time people do qualify for a VA loan because it is set for veterans, and they, like I said, they understand the income requirements and stuff like that. So it is a very easy loan to qualify for and should definitely be taken advantage of if you are a veteran. The next thing is VA loan closing costs are lower than any other loan closing cost there is. They put this into an effect to pretty much help a veteran out to get into a house as cheap as possible and as low money out of pocket as possible. Most other loan types, the closing costs are sometimes even double to triple what a VA loan closing cost is. So that helps you as well. Now, as I refrained in the first statement, so closing costs and down payment are two totally different things. So like for an FHA, you have to put a 3.5% down payment, but you also have to pay closing costs on top of that, which we average to be 2 to 3%. That obviously varies on each house and each individual, but with VA, the closing cost is very minimal. As I said earlier, you can most of the time get into a house with 100% financing and get the seller to pay most of the closing costs, to where you don't have to come out of pocket at all. Actually heard a story the other day that some guy did a VA loan, and he walked into closing and his closing costs were 37 cents. So it's definitely possible to get into a VA loan with almost no money out. And the last part of a VA loan that is awesome is that it is assumable. It is the only loan type that is assumable. So what that means is, if you go to sell your house and you're a veteran and you did a VA loan on it, and another veteran wants to buy your house with a VA loan, you can assume that note over to them. That way, for instance, if you bought at a 3% interest rate and they're buying right now at a 6% interest rate, they will be able to assume your 3% mortgage and take that note pretty much completely over. So that is another awesome thing about VA loans. And those are kind of the top 7 things, in my opinion, about VA loans. They're an incredible loan type. They really help our veterans out. I've closed a good bit of them. So that is really the video for today. So if you guys have any questions about anything, if you're looking to buy, sell, invest, relocate, or start a career in real estate, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I'm a local realtor right here in the outskirts of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I'd love to help out. And I'll talk to you guys soon on the next video.